That's why it's hard to tell where the price of an object will go in the crypto market. When it comes to this, I think Shibinu is one of the most unpredictable assets. This is because of some very important factors that can cause Shibinu to do better than expected during this market period. A couple of price ranges that I've seen people talk about are 3017 through 3022. That's what I want to talk about, along with what I think about this market period as a whole. How they look. Welcome to the channel. My name is Laksaid. If you're new or haven't done so yet, click the button below to join. You can ring that bell again for free. It will let you know whenever there is new live video on the channel. In a way, Shibinu has a lot of things going for it. There are 13 bigger coins in the whole world than this one. It looks great all over the world. Again, it's in every single trade and payment network. People also think Shibinu is a cheap coin when they see it. And to be honest, I think it is too, right? For what it could and should be, I think it's not worth nearly what it's worth. It's at 4 zeros and 1 9 right now. Here we're trying to push this ceiling again. Also, people should look at what's coming up. Okay, things that are going to happen in the crypto market. A lot of people are going to adopt soon. Of course, that's when Shibino works best. Exciting big waves bring in new users and money. A lot of them go after cheap coins. They check out some of the best features in the area. This is why Shibino had some of the biggest gains in all of crypto in March at this time. In just 7 days, it did a 4.5x. That's an acceptance rate that has never been seen before. Also, it shows that SHIB is ready to do the same thing it did last time. Now, there are even more things that are going to help Shibina. Many people don't want to sell Shibinu at these low prices because they have a long-term view, which we saw from the last cycle to this one. The next thing is the removal of supply from exchanges. This happens when people accumulate from the hands of the sick and become part of the hands of the patient. This takes them off of exchanges, which means there is less liquidity for new people who want to get into the market. That makes Shibinu move very quickly and wildly, a lot like coins with a market value of $10 million. In most of the crypto market, you don't see that. A lot of people don't think about this very interesting thing about Shibinu. This is forgotten because Shibinu is worth $11 billion. It has the 13th biggest market cap in crypto. They forget that Shibinu is still very young. It's only possible to hold 1.4 million Shibinu. It's likely that there are more on swaps, but that's not nearly as many as there should be at this point in the adoption process, okay? A lot of assets have started right where Shibinu is now. Began with about 1 to 1.5 million holders and then grew quickly to 3 to 4 million holders during the next market cycle. At that level of uptake, Shibinu could really be hurt for the rest of this market cycle. That means a lot of money and a lot more attention. It's pretty clear that things are going to go crazy when Shibinu breaks its previous all-time high of 4088. At this point, Shibinu can change its mind again. Let's talk about these prices in more detail, since that's what I'm sure everyone is here for. A few places have talked about Fibonacci levels from 3017 to 3022. This must be the 20 line and the 2618 line. This is pretty much right in the area where I think SHIB will make its next run. That being said, this is not a promise or any kind of financial advice. But if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I think we'll be somewhere between 3013 and 3019 by the end of wave 3 or wave 3 of our Elliott wave. It makes a lot of sense. It's about twice or 3 times the previous all-time high. In that area, Shibinu should feel pretty safe, since FOMO will happen very quickly. Also, you should know that doesn't mean we're going to stay there, right? Before we start, let's look back at the beginning of this market cycle. You can see that Shibinu pumped to 4 or 5 zeros and then quickly corrected. It didn't stay above 4 zeros for very long. People who were awake and paying attention at that time will understand what I mean. But this also brings up this point. I didn't really think about what she and those around her could do here. These moves were talked about with people who watch my show. We talked about the chance range, the fire sale range, and this move for she being when I said we'd probably get to 4 zeros, 1 9 to 4 zeros, 2 zeros, 2 0. That's when she went above and beyond and did 2 extra things. I believed it would end. That's where things start to get interesting, right? because the big wave of people who want to use crypto is going to bring. This space has a lot of new people, a lot of new money, and a lot of new fresh looks. We should go from having about 5 to 6% of the world's crypto to having over 10%. Our goal is for the world market cap of cryptocurrencies to grow from about $2.5 trillion to between $10 and $12 trillion. And Shiba Inu looks like it has a good chance of getting a big chunk of that control. From the last market wave, it's likely to become even more important. There are a lot of signs of it right now. That's why I said it wouldn't surprise me if SHIB ends up between 305 and 201 by the end of this crypto market cycle. Okay, this isn't a promise. This is not advice about money or anything like that. That's what 50 times would be at the top from where we are now. That's a 25x to 4 zeros or 2305. Oh geez. Even though I may not have gotten all of these numbers right, I hope you get the point. The things that are working for Shiba Inu now will only get better as the market cycle goes on. If not the best performing blue chip asset in the top 100, SHIB could become one of the best performing blue chips as the market cycle goes on. Being honest, I wouldn't be shocked if it went against Doge. It wouldn't surprise me if it moves up into the top 5 this market cycle. It wouldn't surprise me if, by the end, we were safely in the top 10 for good. All of this is not a promise though. Keep in mind that trends can change quickly. By the end of wave 3, we should have a pretty good idea of what Shiba Inu will do in this market cycle, right? In the past, assets tend to cool down around March, April, or May. This is when the summer adjustment starts before the last leg, which will be very good for Shiba Inu. I'd love to know what you think about this. What do you think will happen with the SHIB price? Are you also sure that we'll reach these Fibonacci scores? Do you think SHIB has a run that is a little more steady? Thank you, have a great day, and show your love below. I'll see you in the next one. Be careful.